DPI World Report, Episode 19. Reconciliation, when systems are forced to choose. Episode 18 showed us what happens when anchors collide. Episode 19 begins where collision can no longer be deferred. There is a moment in every system's life when alignment is no longer optional, when drift is visible, when overlap becomes friction, when responsibility must be named. That moment is reconciliation. Reconciliation is not compromise. It is not consensus. It is the act of deciding which anchor governs when they disagree. Most systems avoid this moment. They layer process over conflict. They commission reviews, they extend timelines, and in doing so, they allow drift to continue under a different name. Episode 19 is about what happens when that avoidance fails. Across regions, we are now observing a pattern. Climate pressure accelerates. Operational risk concentrates. And suddenly, decisions that were once abstract become urgent. At this point, systems are forced to choose. Do they privilege scale or proximity, efficiency or legitimacy, speed or trust? These are not philosophical questions. They are operational ones. Digital public infrastructure makes these choices unavoidable. Because DPI exposes contradictions, it makes disagreement measurable, and it records permanently who chose what and when. Reconciliation is therefore uncomfortable. It requires institutions to concede authority they previously assumed. It requires technologists to accept limits they did not design for. And it requires governments to recognize stewardship that cannot be reduced to consultation. Where reconciliation occurs, systems stabilize, not because conflict disappears, but because it becomes governed. Roles are clarified, decision rights are explicit, and escalation paths are visible. Drift slows, trust begins to return. Where reconciliation is avoided, the opposite happens. Parallel systems emerge, unofficial workarounds multiply, and legitimacy fractures. The system still functions, but no longer coherently. Episode 19 marks a shift in the series, from examining systems under stress to watching systems make irreversible choices. In this orbit, we will follow places where reconciliation is underway, where anchors are being reordered, where authority is being renegotiated, sometimes peacefully, sometimes not. Because the future of implementation will not be decided by innovation alone. It will be decided by who is willing to say, "This anchor governs now." This is the DPI World Report, and this is Episode 19, Reconciliation, when systems are forced to choose.